What types of questions can candidates or should candidates ask at the end of the interview? Please feel free to ask me anything around company history, context for the role, process, obviously, which I go over in the call, compensation. Please ask about compensation, benefits, policies, anything HR-ish. Hi, I'm the recruiting manager for uShip, and in this video, I'm going to provide some insight into our interview process and hopefully provide some helpful information to you so that you can make the most out of your interviews with uShip. What is uShip's interview process? Well, there are typically 4 stages of an interview process. It totally depends on what position, for what position we're hiring at the moment. But typically it's around a 4-stage process. So an introduction with me, which is usually about 30 minutes over the phone, Zoom interview with the manager, typically a team member interview or technical interview would be the 3rd stage. And then the final interview is typically a cross-functional panel of some sort. We try to get through these interviews in about 2 to 4 weeks. Our company-wide hiring averages is around 21 to 25 days, so that fits in pretty nicely there. But, of course, extenuating circumstances can lead to scheduling delays, but for the most part, 2 to 4 weeks, we can get through the full interview process. I like for someone to walk me through various aspects of their work history. I like discovering what motivates the candidate, what motivated them to move, to submit for different opportunities, looking for any signs of a values match in that conversation as well, looking to also hear how those experiences align with our current job description requirements. So the ability to speak to a description and explain how their experience applies to that. And with that overall ability to communicate in general, right? Can somebody communicate clearly and concisely? What types of questions can candidates or should candidates ask at the end of the interview? Anything. Literally anything, especially the 1st stage interview with myself, anything at all. I'm a complete open book. I try to give as much context as possible to the opportunity. So yeah, please feel free to ask me anything around company history, context for the role, process, obviously, which I go over in the call, compensation. Please ask about compensation, benefits, policies, anything HR-ish. I am happy to answer any questions ahead of time. I just want to make sure candidates feel like they are completely prepared and have all the context they need to go into the interview process feeling confident. Overall, our company values are grit, respect, authenticity, collaboration, innovation, and execution. Of those core values, I definitely think authenticity displays our culture and commitment to DEI. We are dedicated to an inclusive environment that fosters that specific value. We definitely believe that everyone should feel comfortable and empowered to bring their authentic selves to work. Thank you so much for spending your time with me these last few minutes. I definitely appreciate you. Remember that, when you're interviewing with uShip, that is your opportunity to interview us as well. So please continue to be empowered, be curious, be authentic, and I wish you all the best in the interview process. Bye.